Here are my best and worst purchases of 2024. So we've got the highlights and the pieces where I really feel like I've gotten my cost per wear from them. We've got my worst purchases where, you know, it's not as functional as I wanted it to be. And I also want to include in this year's video things that I didn't buy, and I'm pretty happy I didn't buy, especially in hindsight. I'm wearing some super sparkly diamond earrings today, and this video includes a little partnership with Idyl. Their pieces are really stunning. They're an incredible brand with amazing practices, so I'm excited to share with you a bit more details about my year stack later in today's video. If this is the first video of mine that you've clicked on, over the course of this year, I have been a lot more intentional than previous years about what I add to my wardrobe. Not only have I been downsizing a lot of sections of my wardrobe, I've also just been more patient before a purchase. So I have a running wish list, and everything I buy spends some time on this wish list. It can be from a couple of days to a few months, sometimes like over a year before I actually buy it. And this has been the biggest thing in allowing me to have more best purchases than I do worst. Having a wish list is a vice that I've heard so many times I'm almost immune to it, but honestly, it does work, and it's one of the best practices that I've been using to honestly actually spend a bit less money, and most importantly, not buy things I don't want and don't need. If you watched my last video, something that is not a surprise is the Dragon Diffusion bag. This is the mini triple jump bag, and even though it's this mini size, it fits a lot. It really fits more than most of my bags. If I compare this to like another mini bag like this Bottega one, the Dragon Diffusion fits so much more. Let's start from the beginning. These bags, if you don't know, are made from leather. They're not straw, they're not like a wicker or anything like that. These are leather. And the leather is very soft, durable, and good quality, where I've put some pretty heavy things in here, and it still looks perfect. Just based on the nature of this material, it would not be weird to have some slight fraying on the edges. I'm kind of talking about things like this, but I can barely see it on the bag. These bags are also handcrafted, and I really feel like you can see and feel it in the quality. It also has a cute little charm in the bag. It's just a very nice touch. The reason this is the best purchase for me though is that it's soft and slouchy. So it's really easy to use. It's very comfortable to wear against me, and it's not like a very structured bag that's hard to get into and kind of cumbersome to work with. The slouchiness of this makes me really want to use it, and it becomes a fuss-free grab-and-go piece. Here are some possible downsides because I want to share with you all the information. It doesn't have a closure. Where I live, this is like not a huge problem, but traveling, I'm pretty careful. It has no closure. With this color, the outside doesn't transfer on any white clothing I'm wearing. It's been really tested, but the inside can transfer if you put something white in. If I was carrying this inside this bag, it's very likely that the inside will transfer some red onto this cotton piece. In my opinion, if you like the Bottega look and you kind of want that woven design in an outfit, the Dragon Diffusion really gives the same look, and I think it's a very good alternative to a Bottega bag. My worst purchase this year is something a bit surprising, but it's a Cezanne Tammy skirt. I love this skirt. I wore it so often, and it's a color, it's a style, everything is very pretty. So the reason why it's my worst is because it actually shrunk a whole size. This skirt is made from viscose. I normally hand wash my viscose just to be on the safer side, but this one I accidentally put in the machine along with some other clothes after traveling. The annoying thing is that the instructions actually say you can machine wash this at 30 degrees, which is always how I wash my clothes, 30 degrees. And obviously it doesn't really work. I tried to like steam it, iron it afterwards to see if it will like, you know, go back a little, but no, not really. It definitely is a bit small now. This is my worst and most disappointing purchase this year because obviously it doesn't fit me anymore now that it's about a size smaller. If you're wondering about my clothing care practices, I recently made a video all about clothing care, and I like to think that I'm pretty gentle and careful when I look after my clothes. So I feel like viscose is a fabric that I'm gonna try to avoid. It's so hard because so many clothes are made from viscose, but unless it's a brand that I've purchased from before, I know that viscose lasts a long time. I think I'm gonna try and buy less of this fabric / avoid it entirely. The best jewelry purchases for me are always the ones that are love at first sight And they managed to take basic pieces, like a t-shirt, like a simple long sleeve t-shirt, and make me feel really elegant in them. So let me share with you a little bit about idyl, because I really think that they're an incredible brand who makes very sparkly diamond pieces. They're not like a cloudy kind of sad diamond. They really sparkle. I'm also extra excited to talk about them because I feel like they have some very good practices on top of having very pretty jewelry pieces. All of idyl's jewelry pieces are made and checked in their atelier in Antwerp. Idyl uses lab-grown diamonds that uses less of the earth's energy to make and create. And just so you guys know, lab-grown diamonds are not fake or artificial. The way they look and the science of them is exactly the same as real diamonds. The diamonds are set on 14 karat gold. It's solid gold, so you can wear them every day for different activities you're doing, and they won't tarnish, change color, anything like that. Let's have a look now how their earrings work. So idyl's concept is modular jewelry. All of their earrings start off with a diamond stud, and you can choose the size, either a petite one, a medium, or a large. And then they also have some incredible pieces in their high jewelry line. Those are even bolder and more eye-catching. They come in all different metal bases to suit you. So whether that's yellow gold, white gold, rose gold, they've got them all. And it's all 14 karat gold. And then you bring in the add-ons. So for me, I've chosen the round ono. This one is so pretty, and I especially love that you can wear it in different ways. You can wear the diamond stud alone, that's look number one. You can put the ono in the front or in the back, and I love the versatility that it brings. Of course, if you have the diamond stud, you can also pair it with different add-ons. For example, something a little bit more dangly, something that climbs along the ear, and there are so many options to choose from. On my wish list, I have something like a little bit more dangly. So if I want to add something like the solar cuff to my ear stack, I don't need to repurchase that base. I can simply add on any of the other pieces to create different looks. The other add-on I have is the power cuff, and I love how secure this one feels on my ear. There are actually 22 diamonds on the double row, and it's super sparkly. I've said that so many times. It's so important, especially with staple pieces you want to wear every single day, to just get something you love. Idyl offers free shipping and no question asked returns if you want to swap it out for something else and it's not 100% something you're gonna love and cherish for forever. Every order comes with this certificate of authenticity. So lots of details down to the person who checked it. If you're in search for a pair of diamond earrings that you'll wear every single day and have forever, I highly recommend checking out idyl. I actually recommend having a look on their website at the different styles, learning a little bit more about their company because I think they do some incredible things, and I'll have that linked down below. I have a code with them, dailyhelen10, if you'd like to get 10% off. You can also subscribe to their newsletter to see, fun little surprises and promos throughout the year. I am truly obsessed with idyl, so thank you so much for your support. And let's go back to some best and worst purchases. One of my best purchases this year is the Dowen Leanne dress. This dress is absolutely stunning, and the reason it's my best purchase is that this does what I want all my clothes to do. On those busy days where I don't know what to wear, I now immediately go to this dress. I know it works, I know it's simple enough to be accessorized in different ways for different events, and it really makes my life easier. Yesterday, which was a Sunday, filming on a Monday, I went to see Wicked. I had like 20 minutes to get ready between uploading a video and meeting my mum. So I put this dress on, put on a big shell necklace, and I felt very polished the whole day. I recommend for everyone, not necessarily, doesn't have to be Dowen, doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg, but just finding a dress that will do that for you, where it's easy to wear, easy to care for, and it makes you feel incredible. Something I'm glad I didn't buy is the Chrissy Dawn Scarlet dress. So I was so close to buying this. Because it's beautiful to me. Like the simplicity, the lines, I feel like the neckline, the length, the fabric, I actually love the way this looks. The first reason I didn't buy it is just because I now know I have a perfect white dress in my wardrobe. So why would I go out and buy another one? So that was like obvious. Second thing is that this dress is dry clean only. So every time I wear it, I need to pay another 20 Australian dollars to get it dry cleaned, which is how much my local dry cleaner charges. Because I wanted it in white, there's just no way you can extend the wears that many times. Also in the summer, like hot, sweaty, it's just not practical. There are 178 reviews, I filtered through it, and apparently if you hand wash it, it will shrink. So that was a big no for me. I have to say here that I'm a big fan of Christy Dawn, but this dress, no. Here is another best purchase, and this is the Everlane flat. Every so often, one purchase can have a big impact on my personal style. So this shoe is that one for me this year. I only got this like 1 or 2 months ago, but it's become my everyday shoe to the point where like I couldn't not talk about it in this video. The reason I do wear it every day is because I think it works really well with my midi maxi skirts. It's a very flattering shoe silhouette to go with those pieces. It's a bit daintier. I also like that the sole is comfortable enough for me to wear when I'm doing tons of walking, which I do every day. And I feel like the strap really holds my foot in very securely and the shoe doesn't move around at all. The color is really the cherry on top. It's this chestnutty, caramelly brown color that is both unique and neutral. Not all Mary Janes are made equal because I also have these pair of shoes. Granted, they're a little small for me and they were like sent to me for review, but I didn't really like them. Too narrow, not the right shape. I couldn't walk in them nearly as much, and it really comes down to finding the comfortable style that is right for your foot shape. This one suits medium to wider feet, and I think it's really suitable for walking. Another worst purchase is a handbag one. So these bags are a little bit dusty because I actually just haven't used them that often. It's the same reason for both of these bags. I think that when bags are very structured but very small, it becomes a little bit cumbersome to use. I like to use these small bags as a top handle because it has such a prominent top handle. And what I find is that it can be quite annoying to work with the flap, try to squeeze my stuff in at the same time. And any structured bag won't hold as much as a slouchy bag. So the practicality is a little bit low for me. It doesn't matter if we're talking about this Demelier one or this one from Cara. It's kind of the same situation where top handle, structured, and small makes for a pretty complicated, impractical design. For my bags, I think that if I get a structured bag, I would prefer something that's like small to medium, a little bit bigger. And these are just a little bit small in capacity because they're structured. If a bag is slouchy like a pouch, then these can be quite small and they still hold a decent amount because they're more malleable and they fit more. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you're choosing a smaller bag, you want to go a little bit slouchier if you want that capacity. I don't talk about makeup very often, and I actually love playing with like different skincare and like beauty products. I do have 2 lipstick purchases that I feel like were such good buys this year. First up is my favorite lipstick I've ever purchased. This is Glossier Fuzz. I think it's so important to explain why I like this. I like that this is a sheer wash of color. When I put it on my lips, it's quite matte, it's quite sheer. You can really build it up to something a bit brighter, or you can wear it just as a tint of color. The color is this perfect brick red shade, which is my absolute favorite go-to, where it's both neutral, but it's still kind of like a dulled down red. The other lipstick is the Chanel Le Rouge Duro, and this one is in Tender Beige. These actually look a little similar on my hands, but I assure you they look so different on my lips. This one is much more neutral, mauvey, and brown. When I look back at past videos or like past photos, I often feel like my lipstick was quite intense, and I like how natural these look in my everyday makeup. The Chanel lipstick is quite long wearing, so I actually cannot rub it off. It's kind of like stained my hand. Going back to another worst purchase, anything from Dish. So I did a Dish review earlier in this year and I really didn't like much. I mean, that review was pretty like negative, but after some time, the 1 or 2 pieces that I did keep, I can honestly say anything from Dish for me is a bad purchase. The pieces I chose from Dish were natural fibers, so I went with this like linen skirt, but the thing is that the linen shrinks in the wash and it's just a sign of poor quality, so I don't think I can ever buy anything from Dish again. I was in London last month, and anytime I'm in a place that has a Cezanne store, I have to go and just have a look, because obviously in Australia, all the Cezanne stores are very far. It was stunning, it was beautiful as always, and I think that in my best purchases category, I have to talk about everything from Cezanne that is made from cotton merino or merino. Some other wool fibers can sometimes be hit or miss, but cotton merino never goes wrong. I saw this set in person, and cotton merino, it was stunning in quality. I obviously have the Sammy Nail that I constantly talk about, and that's the best quality pieces I own. I saw it in store in the green that was wow, and it also comes in this like fun red, but honestly like the most versatile for me is always the navy. The Harper dress, same blend of fabric, and it's incredible. I bought most of these Cezanne staples last year or like 2 years ago, but they're still staples this year. I've also purchased some in different colors, so including it in today's video because it's just hard not to talk about them. Remember when I said my worst purchases are like not the absolute worst, but maybe couple of things I would have done differently. This is a good example. This is the Lee Matthews silk skirt, and this skirt is stunning in both quality and design, but it's one big detail that I feel like I just should have done differently. So I want this skirt in navy. The navy is like a classic style. It never goes on sale. It is eye-wateringly expensive. I used to own it, but then like it got damaged, so I've been looking to replace it. Their other colors though are often on sale, like 70% off, 80% off, it's constantly on sale. So I keep on getting this skirt in different colors, but never in the color that I will wear the most. The problem really is that having this blue one doesn't make me not want the navy. So now like I'm back to square one where the navy is still on my wish list, but I've spent the money on this extra skirt. I've got something extra in my wardrobe that I probably didn't need once I had the navy. So not the best purchase at all. One of my best luxury purchases are these cuckoo cotton cardigans, and I'm including it as like a luxury purchase because it's a lot more expensive than it needs to be for like a cotton top. This one deserves to be in my best purchases purely based on how often I've worn them, how much the cost per wear has come down, and it makes it easier for me to feel my best on lazy casual days, which are more often than I like them to be. These are an organic cotton, so they are very soft, they wash well, they wear well. I haven't had any issues. I love the pointel fabric because it feels really girly, and they're a delight in my wardrobe. For anyone who doesn't like the super crop shape, I recommend it in like a regular length. I think the regular length is a lot more versatile, and if you're gonna spend a bit more, honestly, that length I feel like means that you can wear it to more occasions. I've kind of talked through all my worst purchases, so the rest are all going to be things I'm glad I didn't buy. Something else I'm glad I didn't buy are more Cezanne long sleeve blouses. This is something I've been trying to buy less of in my wardrobe. I find that with my style these days, I never get wear from these voluminous long sleeve blouses that Cezanne releases a lot of. I live in Australia, the climate's quite hot. It makes so much sense for me to have like tank tops and short sleeves, or just like lighter cotton pieces, as opposed to something too voluminous, too thick, long sleeves. It actually didn't occur to me that in the past, I had so many long sleeves because Cezanne released so many long sleeves, and my wardrobe was such a mirror of what I liked from Cezanne, and I really wanted to think about my lifestyle first and plan my wardrobe according to me, and not just like base it on what the brands are releasing. So I'm very glad this year I've basically not purchased a long sleeve Cezanne top or many Cezanne tops at all. It's just like more curating, more planning for my wardrobe. A few more things before we wrap things up. I'm gonna stop alternating and then just throw in all the items that I feel like are the best, and then all the rest of the items I didn't buy. I am a big fan of Longchamp. I feel like these stay in my wardrobe for a long time. So this one I purchased 2022 or 2021. It has really blown up lately, and I'm super surprised because I feel like this bag has been around for a while. I've seen a lot of videos of this bag with like a bag strap and tons of charms. It's very cute. For the last couple of years, I've been using this bag as like a gym little tote, or like running errands, to going to the grocery store kind of bag. I'll just put my keys in, put my essentials, my phone in, grab it and go. Because they're nylon, they're easier to clean, they're very light, so they're just practical. I especially like this grey with the green. I think that looks really nice together. And this is the bag that I bought for my best friend as well, 2021 too, and she loves it as well. This is one I actually bought this year for travel. I use this as a travel carry-on, which I really like the idea of because once I got to my destination, I would just put this in my main suitcase, so I didn't have two bags to hold on to. I chose it in the top handle because it's always like an aesthetic I really like. And for like weekend trips, this will be fine just to pop into the car. I wanted to talk about Longchamp because I think that they released some colors recently that are stunning. This red is one of them. There's also a brown, and these just have changed the way I see these bags. Always see it in a light pink or a navy or a black, and I think these colors are so incredibly fresh. Of course, you don't have to get the travel size version of this. You could just get the totes for every single day, but Wanted to make a quick note because of the color. And now the final pieces I'm glad I didn't buy. What else do we have? This Cuyana tote. So I dabbled with the idea of getting a tote bag, but honestly, I would have never used this bag. I think this bag I know is good quality. I've seen so many glowing reviews, but there really wasn't a color that spoke to me. I think this like grained leather, I don't love either. And to me, it's just like a little bit simple in both shape, color, and style. I'm mentioning this because in my wardrobe, anytime I go for like a very basic piece I feel like I should have, or it feels like it'll round out my capsule, is a complete waste of money. So like a generic fitting t-shirt, a plain like bottom that I didn't fall in love with. Anything that is basic without like speaking to me or sparking any joy is always a waste of money and something I shouldn't buy. It's different when something's basic and it like sparks some joy in us. That's always good, but it's really those things that we feel like we should have and we feel like might come in handy that is always a bad buy in my wardrobe. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Share with me down below what were your best and worst purchases this year. It's always so interesting because I do feel like I'm very nosy about this topic. I find it fascinating, so let me know in the comments. If you like the pieces from Idyl, do go check out their website, and I will have the link to the website as well as the pieces I'm wearing and the code all down below. I do want everyone to love what they buy. I really love these pieces. Thank you so much for your support and for watching today's video. I'll see you next week. Bye.